Okay, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of yours truly, Planet Xbox Podcast. We are on episode 50. Technically, that's actually incorrect, being that Planet Xbox existed for years. But we are on for at least the remaster. We are on episode 50. Shout out to everybody watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button, the share button, show up in the chat so we can give you a proper shout out. Let's go through intros. We got Chris, a resident PlayStation guy. How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? I'm doing great, man. Welcome to Planet Xbox. You know, yes, I am the PlayStation guy. So we're gonna have, some good topics today regarding both platforms. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, share the stream, please. Shout out to our guest. I think is Dre going to be a guest on?
Dre. I never remember.
Shout out to my guy.
Because I thought it was going to be short staff today.
Shout out to General MOD, our guest, for coming through. I've actually seen a couple of your videos back in the day, back when it was like General G, 7th level. You know what I mean? Like Blackberry and all that stuff was going. Yeah. I remember
the OG guys.
Yeah, one of the OG guys. I was watching you guys back in like 2011 and shit like that. So yeah, man, happy to have you on so we can discuss things. And yeah, that's it.
And speaking of our guest making his return. I don't know how long has the hiatus been, but
10 years, I'd say.
Wow. So this is, from what I hear, according to Black Bond, shout out to Weapon Will Podcast, according to Black Bond, the original Xbox guy, and once Bond has been dropping gems like, oh, this guy, he's coming back, I can't wait till he comes back, he's gonna put everybody on notice, and I'm like, who's he talking about? And then he shares the channel. I was like, okay, this should be interesting. But you've been on actually Twitter for at least a little bit, because I've seen you on Twitter, seen you on Twitter and whatnot. But so I had to go and do my own research, and I was like, all right, cool, I got to get this dude on Planet Xbox. So welcome back.
So are you your Ghost MLD on Twitter?
Yeah, that's also my gamer tag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know who you are. We've gone back and forth on Twitter a couple times.
I'm sure we have.
But you're a hippo, so yeah.
All right, so welcome back, General, man. Give your intro, man. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself to all the new generation of people who probably don't know who you are. And then we got your channel directly in the description below. So your intro, please. Let them know where they can find you and whatnot.
All right, to everybody old and new here. This is me, MLD here. I called myself General MLD because there was no Xbox fans back in the day, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is nobody stepping up to the plate? This is back in 2009 when there was nobody, or at least nobody really getting the spotlight. So I guess I just gave myself that name, But my gamer tag Ghost MLD is actually because I played a lot of StarCraft back in the day. I played the Terran, and I loved using the Ghost, like nuclear launch detected. I loved just freaking people out with that. But otherwise, I'm back here now. I figure let's do it again. It's a great time to be an Xbox fan. Let's just pick up exactly where I left off. I just I sit in front of the camera, I speak my mind, and incoming all the reactions and all the replies and all the debates I used to do, and looking forward to all that again and talking to everybody who I haven't met before yet. So great to be here.
Let me tell you something. The climate has changed from back when you were doing videos to now. I'm just saying, back then everybody was, we all shoot the shit. It was console wars, but it was all fun and friendly. Everybody responded to each other, and it was nothing, too crazy. Now everybody's way too sensitive. It gets way too personal, you know what I mean? And it just gets great. Yeah, you'll see, man. You'll see.
I never made a point to get personal. I always just troll PlayStation fanboys. I never got personal with anybody in particular, because that's just a line I personally don't cross. Mm-hmm. You keep it to gaming and you leave it at that. Exactly. That's always been how I did it. So hopefully I can help bring some of that back. So yeah. But yeah, it's just you're not the first person to tell me that though. Like I've actually been talking to Seventh Level, Solid Rev, Lack Bond. Like they keep telling me all these stories about how just things just went to shit after 2012 and beyond. I haven't quite seen the full landscape yet, but hey, we'll see.
It's like you can't have fun no more. Like just just lighthearted console war shit. You know what I mean? It's like sports teams. You ever go to a sports game? Maybe
entertainment.
Patriots fans are gonna talk shit to Cowboy fans and stuff like that. It's all entertaining as long as they don't get too crazy, too out of control.
Exactly.
And nowadays people are just too sensitive and they get too crazy and too out of control. So
no, you gotta leave your emotions at the door. You can't get personal. Oh yeah, I know.
And NickBanks, what's up?
What's going on, everybody? NickBanks. What's up to the chat? I see everybody out there. My man Salty out there. Dre. Welcome to the show, whatever. You like a playing Xbox guy anyway, so. But and welcome MLD. I just started really getting into it around like 2014. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna check out some content and see what's going on, man. Have some fun. Can't wait, man. All
right, dude. Did the Nintendo Switch Pro just get announced or something?
Wait, hold up. What?
So it's like a breaking news right now. Like a lot of people are reporting on it. Like the Worry 64 cat.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Report on a new Switch revision. 7-inch Samsung OLED screen upgrade compared to the original Switch 6.2. And like 5 production as soon as June, has 4K ultra high definition graphics when paired with
That's
a
not
TV.
true.
And release, dude, this is Bloomberg right now.
Yeah.
Bloomberg.
Yeah, I see it right now.
I was
right now.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll put it in the Twitter thing real quick here in the Twitter DMs. What?
I see it right now. I see it from Benji. So
yeah, that's why. Yeah, Benji's just posted
Oh
it.
shit! How much we talking?
And Greg Miller.
Gonna be
You guys
400.
follow Greg from Kind of Funny. He posted
Said 4?
it too.
I was just about to buy a new Switch too, man. I was just about to buy
I was
one.
just looking at it. I keep selling them and rebuying them, motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But that's what I've been. I just hope. To me, it's more like I'm glad that the screen is getting upgraded, right, for the handheld portion of it.
Yeah.
I just want more stable frame rates and all that stuff, right? I don't care about 4K.
Yeah.
I don't care about all of that when it comes to the Switch. So
And it's still 720.
But why have a Switch Pro if you don't care about that stuff?
Switch is still what 720. It's
No, I just said performance. I just said performance.
It's just an OLED screen. It's still 720p resolution.
Yeah, so it's saying it's gonna have 4K high def when it's paired with a TV, but
Yeah, when it's docked. Yeah.
it's gonna be 720 when you have it
Mhm.
handheld. Which
Mhm.
I mean, it's not
That's
bad
all
for
right.
handheld, but
I would at least try to bump it up to 1080p. Yeah.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Vita had a 1080p OLED screen on it.
That's crazy.
Oh, really?
But it's got 720p
Yeah.
reserve battery life, so I mean, I guess that's why they had to keep it the same. I mean,
So
because
General MLD, what you feel, man? You like Nintendo? You like the Switch?
I actually used to be a Nintendo fan until the Wii came out. No disrespect to the motion control fans, but that didn't do it for me. So that's when I had to make a choice between Xbox and PlayStation. But I've always had the handhelds. I've always loved the Nintendo franchises. So I'm actually looking forward to like the upgraded Switch model. Like I'll finally get back into Nintendo that way. My last though was the 3DS. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And let's wrap up the
retards.
Just wrap up the intros right quick.
We're just in the intro and breaking stuff happen.
All right, so welcome, Dre. Welcome back. From the LTG podcast, Notorious DRE, man. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? Appreciate the quick invite. I probably won't be able to stay long though.
That's fine.
Yeah, wife needs to go to bed, so.
Gotcha. No, I appreciate the quick join. Old Man Logan.
Guys, Old Man Logan, happy to be here. Happy to talk about games. Planet Xbox podcast number 50. That's awesome. I like seeing that 50 up there. So yeah, just ready to talk some games.
And Swans.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How I sound? It sound good?
Sound better than the train next to me, so.
All right, Planet Xbox number 50. We at the halfway mark, baby. Let's go. Let's get to this 100. Let's keep it gaming. What's up, Dre? How you doing?
What up?
Hey. Old man Logan, the whole squad, and chat.
All right, damn, this train's taking too long. All right. So it's like it must be a cargo. All right, so this week we got some new Game Pass additions, yo. I mean, I know people are talking. Like, I don't know why it's like there's like a lot of chatter this month about like how these games, these latest additions, are somehow a bad thing.
In my opinion, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault.
No. Explain yourself. Why are these additions bad?
So you're getting the last gen 2K version.
Okay,
right?
That's fine.
It's not.
Yeah, it is fine. You know why?
It is free, bro.
Why would I want to play the last gen version on the next gen console?
I'll give you prime example, right?
Compare it.
No. You gotta pay for that.
That's fine. All right, we knew from the jump that 2K didn't support cross buy free upgrade on any platform, right? Right. They did. So that's a pretty much given. They didn't support it from the jump. So the 2K that came out on Series X and PS5 is a separate release. The one that we got came out in September. This one came out in November. It's not coming out. It's not a Game Pass game. So that's like saying, so what about the majority of people that's playing on Xbox, which is Xbox One owners? What are they supposed to get? They can't play that one. The other game is backwards compatible. So 2K never supported this whole cross thing. So you can't be like, oh, Xbox is bad because 2K provided the last gen version of the game. That would make
Sony bad then. That would make Sony bad as well. You don't get the next gen version.
Whereas the reason why you guys
already bought it,
and the reason why, and I know why Chris is bringing this up because people were poking fun at Final Fantasy, and reason why, Final Fantasy I thought was an exclusive.
I didn't bring nothing up.
No, you brought it up on Twitter, buddy, on Twitter. You in Puerto Rock, right? So that's why I was ready for you to come at me. I was gonna say something on Twitter, but I was like, I'll just hold on the podcast since he's gonna throw it in my face. So the thing about
I'm not gonna throw anything in nobody's face. It was only the people who were making a big deal that them getting a free game is not coming with the free upgrade because they didn't buy or pay for the game. But the people who bought and paid for the game gets the free upgrade. So it's not a bad. It's not unfair. It's not, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? I understand if you owned and bought the PlayStation 4 version and then Square is like, now we need $10, $20 for the upgrade. Like, no, you don't. You don't need that at all. You get a completely free upgrade if you own and bought the game. If you didn't own and bought the game, right? And if you have PlayStation Plus, they're giving you the PlayStation 4 version. The PS5 version is not even out, right? So you're not getting Integrate. You're getting Remake from PlayStation 4. You're not getting Integrate from PS5. So, with this situation, it makes sense as well too. It was like 2K. They want you to pay for that, but they do it worse because even if you bought the $60 Xbox version or whatever, you still have to pay for an upgrade. You know what I mean? So they in their situation is worse, in my opinion. So
the weird thing about that, I think the weird thing about the oh shit, I'm sorry.
No, one at a time.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just like saying the weird thing about the NBA 2K, I guess, is there's been other games, like Dirt 5, I guess, just because it doesn't have two versions. I mean, you're getting, the Series X version for free.
But that's smart delivery.
They support smart delivery.
That's smart delivery.
Well, I know. I'm just saying you're getting the Series X version of the game regardless, where 2K is like, no, you're just getting, the old.
Because they in a smart delivery. That's not really that hard to, you know what I mean? Like a lot of companies not supporting smart delivery, so they charging for upgrades. So we're gonna expect them not to give you a free upgrade if they put something in Game Pass or PS Plus. You know what I mean?
Just like Control, they don't support smart delivery. They put the last gen version in Game Pass.
The thing about Square Enix and with like Sony and Square Enix with that is that like all of these are different publishers. Like Sony's not publishing Final Fantasy, and we knew that 2K like they wasn't supporting smart delivery in the first place because like they want that extra money. So it's just like some companies are that they're gonna take a hit on that, and then some aren't. So it's just like are some are gonna support it and some aren't. So it's up to the publishers. Like I'm guessing, I don't even think it's up to the devs really. Maybe it's maybe just the publishers.
With the thing with Square Enix is like they're the ones who's actually giving you a free upgrade. You know what I mean? Like they're not like 2K. They charge even if you own the game, right? They're charging you for you have to pay for the upgrade. But me, who owns Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't have to pay for the upgrade. All those, the upgrade of the better lighting, fogs, and all the additions that they added and stuff like that. The only thing that I will have to pay for is the new DLC featuring Yuffie, which is going to be 2 episodes, or 2 chapters long and stuff like that. That's it.
How much that's going to be? What you think? Like what? $15-$20?
No. I think there was a price leak in Japan, and it was around It's $17 US from that price league, but it's going to be $20. It's going to be $20.
I'm thinking 15-20 for it, which isn't
I
bad.
think 20. I'm sure it's 20 because they said it's going to be it's going to have 2 chapters, and each chapter in Final Fantasy VII Remake
was like 5-6 hours long, depending on which one you play.
Some of them are.
I remember when chapter 7 was like 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours for that one chapter.
But the first 2 chapters were only like an hour and a half. It could be anywhere between 3 to 5 hours total. And plus, they say they're adding more like VR missions and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about that, man. I'm super excited about that. And it's PS5 only, by the way, which people are mad, but
some kind of timed window that we don't know when it's going to expire. We thought it was 1 year, but now it's not.
So.
Oh yeah, can we talk about that?
Yes, we can follow up. Just give me 1 second to just kind of get over these. So outside of NBA 2K21 joining Game Pass, you are getting Star Wars Squadrons, NHL 21, Madden 21, which does support smart delivery. So both next gen and last gen version is there. Football Manager 2021 Xbox Edition, and then standard Football Manager for PC.
Whack.
Smooth, while you on the Madden thing, why don't you tell people that you taking all challenges in Madden, man? While you at it?
Yeah. If anybody wants to smoke in Madden for Xbox, I'm all game. I feel good, and it's been a boost since it's been added to Game Pass. So more people are playing. At least the next gen version. Just to give you a heads up, guys, if you guys didn't know, but the Madden next gen and Madden last gen is not cross played. You can't play PS5 can't play with PS4 owners. Xbox Series owners can't play with Xbox One owners. It's a different engine. Yes, they don't play the same. They don't play the same. This is not. It's the same game, but it's not. Because
That's a weird move.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Really?
Every time I get
like Call of Duty was like, you can't play with Xbox One people. You can only play with Xbox Series X people.
Hold on, man. Why are they not doing it though? Should we do something about this?
No, because it's not that serious. But the thing is, their excuse is, well, we give you the Xbox One version.
Did you see what Bay Area said in the super chat?
Bay Area says the Game Pass app is showing both versions of NBA 2K21. That must be
you should go look at that real quick since you got your Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although your batteries are running low.
My controller keeps
I own it already, so I can't tell.
and I own the game already too. So let me
if you get the upgraded version, then it's a win. But if you don't, it's not.
Did they get added today?
2K would be added to. Is it today or is it tomorrow? I know a lot of these games are coming in on the 4th.
So, tomorrow shouldn't count as a W either because EA Access is already in Game Pass. So that's those EA games is not a W. That's
why isn't it a W? Because
you're already going to get those games regardless.
No, you're not. You only get those if you are subscribed to EA Play.
This is automatically on Game Pass. So if you already have Game Pass, you already have EA Play.
Yeah, but because these are the same data going into EA Play. So the data going into EA Play, they go into Game Pass by default. So it is a W because EA Play is in Game Pass. You can't say it's not W because we can't help that the publisher added their service inside of Game Pass.
Oh shit!
Games, you already gonna get those games.
No, you won't.
EA Play is with Game Pass now. If you're the Ultimate member, like. it's a pretty good batch of games. Like you got Rogue Squadrons and you had Dirt 5, and now you got the sports games rounding it all out. There's something for everybody here. So
Right.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, though. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Because EA Play is already in Game Pass, you were already going to get those games regardless.
but I wanted to subscribe to EA Play until it got into Game Pass.
EA Play wasn't in Game Pass.
Dre, do something.
Those would be cool.
Your mic is like super staticky. You gotta hop in and hop out, or like unplug and plug it up. Like.
So what's the argument here? Like,
what Dre is saying is that because EA Play is part of Game Pass, we was getting those games regardless, so we shouldn't be considered a dub that Madden, NHL, Squadrons is going there. But my argument is that without them having EA Play inside of Game Pass, we wouldn't get them.
So you wouldn't get them. You wouldn't be getting them regardless. That was yeah.
Like so many games like last November because EA Play got added. Like I played the original Black for the OG Xbox. Like I played Need for Speed Heat. Other games I haven't even played before. Like it's a great addition. I wouldn't have got it if it was separate. So
okay,
that's
true.
You're a little bit.
Dre, I got a question for Dre.
Go ahead, ask him, Nick.
So, how would you be able to play these games anyway if you didn't own EA Access? I'm trying to understand.
Well, you could buy them.
All right. So that's what you was talking about. Nah.
They're games I would like to play, but not enough to actually buy them. But I'm glad I did play them now.
Yeah, so, like one of the games I'm actually into, which is Dirt 5 right now.
Yep.
And I would have never paid $60 for it, but it being in Game Pass just gave me something like just kill the time with and play.
Exactly.
I knew Bob was gonna come through.
Other county, Smooth.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Smooth.
Smooth, what you ruining Grandmaster level plans here, man. We have big plans to debut MLD, and here he is on your bootleg ass podcast.
Man, get out of here, nigga. What are you talking about?
What's going on, MLD?
It's great to see you. Well, great to hear from you.
Yeah, we gotta keep in touch. Get you on Weapon Wheels sometime.
Oh, please, send the invite.
I'll talk. Smooth, just let BG know and set it up.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We was talking about games though before you came in. I know.
I just saw the subscriptions and I was like, is that MLD there?
Go on.
Don't be getting yourself into the wrong crowds in these Xbox groups. They aren't like they used to be. MLD.
Man.
I told him that.
I gotta see what the landscape's like now.
I hear you. I do miss the old days of the old Xbox fans, the Weebles.
Oh my God! I haven't heard that name in so long. I'm thinking of like X and Bot and those guys.
X and Bot sometimes comments on my channel still, and the dude with the robot, remember?
Yeah.
He's still around. He still comments.
I saw him on my own video. Like all the people that I haven't seen in so long. It's a real trip.
Yeah, like I've been trying to get like the OGs back together and do like a reunion stream. I mean, I seen Wipeout. He came and commented. Remember Wipeout?
Ooh, maybe, yeah.
PlayStation guy.
Yeah,
he was kind of the first person doing like the news thing. He commented on it.
Okay, all right.
Nice discussion. Carry on with the podcast.
First of all, I've lost all of this.
Smooth, you got to pay homage to the OG. Like this
community
was started by El Presador, Samuel Tageek, General MLD, and Zephyrnix.
Oh my God, I miss that guy.
Everything you see here was started by those four. Like, I used to go back and forth with MLD in the college days on like the GameSpot System Wars.
This is like 2006.
Yeah. And then I was like, wait, MLD making YouTube videos? Like, if MLD making YouTube videos, I can make YouTube videos.
I still remember that YouTube message you sent me.
Yeah.
Hey, the GameSpot riots when Twilight Princess got an 8.9. Remember that?
Dude, that was my sophomore year. That shit was crazy. Yeah, we got a cow. I'll let you get back to this podcast.
I'm tracking you there. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to the Memory Lane podcast.
Hey, just know where you come from. Your forerunners, as they call it in Halo.
Forefathers.
No. Your forerunners.
Very apt description.
There you go. I'll catch you guys later.
Alrighty, shout out to Black Bond. And I know a lot of people like to make a big deal about the games that are leaving Game Pass. So just to give you guys a list of games that are leaving Game Pass. There's some game called Alvastia Chronicles, consoles and PC. If you didn't play it, you weren't going to play it. Astrologaster, PC. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I tried that. I didn't like it. Kona.
Bloodstained was good.
Kona is leaving, and Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is leaving for like the 5th time. That game goes from Game Pass like every year.
Witcher 3 for the streets.
It's leaving because they're about to drop the next gen version this year.
Oh yeah, the update and shit like that. They need to fucking drop the next gen version for Cyberpunk first.
No, that's
you ain't checking with Cyberpunk.
They're gonna be seeing that for a whole another year.
Yeah. Just a Game Pass thing, like for example, and Nick, you can contest this, as we usually are in an Xbox store looking at reviews and sales. You know how many times I discuss, man, I think about getting Star Wars Squadron. I put it in my cart like 3 times, and happy I didn't check out because it is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Now this is one of the games earlier games that they announced that was supporting like I think it's like 120 frames per second, high resolutions on Xbox, and I don't think it has that option on PlayStation. But both the Xbox consoles, you get the 120 frames on Star Wars Squadrons for support and displays. Only reason why I had like minimum interest in it is because I played there's this expansion campaign for Battlefront 2, and majority of that campaign you're in the ship. You're fighting outer space, and I was like, all right, I can handle this. I can potentially handle Squadrons. I probably won't be able to do multiplayer, but I don't know if that game has multiplayer. I'm not sure.
It does. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it'll be more so like a campaign only experience for me, because that's all I sort of want to do to see how they did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the game looks good. Dice. Dice didn't do this. Who did this one? It's
like Mo. I thought it started with an M.
Yeah, I thought it started with an M.
I mean, I don't think you can mess up a space combat game. Motive isn't. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. I know Nick has been practicing in NHL 20, so NHL 21 going to be available, but that doesn't come until April. And then I'm gonna play 2K21 for the simple fact the next gen version just shuts off my Xbox, so maybe the last gen version won't. And I got a story to tell you before you, and I don't care if you guys call me an idiot, but I'm in the middle of so I got scammed, right?
Oh, man.
All right. I'm gonna tell you guys, and then we'll get on, topic. All right. So you know how Xbox Series X went live at Walmart, but it was only through you can only get it through All Access that week, right? And then Best Buy went live 2 days later, and I was on time. Put it in my cart, wouldn't let me check out because they kept saying it's not in the store near me, and for some reason online shopping doesn't exist. So after showing me that's available and that's in my cart, I went to change my store and it tells me it's not available within 250 miles of me. So I was like, so why is it it's not available, bro? Don't do this to me. So I'm sitting there looking at other options, and I'm checking Ant Online, and I'm checking see what fuck shit QVC and Home Shopping Network is doing, and they got them shitty ass bundles that they're doing to rip people off Kmart. And then
Kohl's is where to go.
And then a tweet came across of somebody selling the Xbox Series X, and the reason why I recognize the tweet is because I reached out to this person before 2 months ago. But he was on some scalper shit, $700 or so, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna mess with it. So I see his post again, and I realized I have his number saved from the last time. So I reached out again. I was like, hey, are you still selling your are you still selling the Series X? I see you reposted it. I thought you sold it. And he was like, oh yes. And I was like, how much are you selling it for? He says $550. And I'm like, $550? Okay, that's respectable. I'll do 550 because I won't pay no more than like my max to spend on like a Series X would be like $600, right? So I was like, all right, 550. I was like, sure. I was like, can we meet? Because he has a New Jersey number. He was like, oh no, I'm shipping and I'm like, I was like, all right, but I was like, I'm not paying unless I get like, you know, like a tracking number or some shit like that. So he says, if you pay me half now and then tomorrow when I go, I'll give you the tracking number. After I give you the tracking number, you can finish the second half. And I'm like, all right. So I'm contemplating. I was like, all right, swhatever. What's the goal? So I sent through PayPal. Next morning, 8 a.m., like right before I get to work, he hits me up like, hey, you know, on my way to ship it, can you confirm the address that you want me to send it to? I was like, all right, send him the address, And I'm waiting. I get busy at work, and he was like, hey, I need the thing so I can pay for the, you know, shipping or whatever. So I sent him the second half. He sends me the tracking number. He gets I'm like, I get the tracking number. I click the link and it says Fastway. Some link to Fastway couriers. And I'm like, what the fuck is? I was like, you really couldn't. I'm like, what happened to USPS, FedEx, UPS, fucking DHL? I was like, what the hell is this? And
what is Fastway?
And so I'm researching. I found a place in Philadelphia. They say they only do international or locals only. They're a third party service. I'm like, I can't find one for the life of me in New Jersey, in the state of New Jersey. And I'm like, so the tracking number. The thing is, the tracking number has my information in terms of where it's going to, where they're picking it up, and it says it's in transit. So it's like the site is not like fake, but the tracking number or whatever is probably fake. So I click on it to get the view details, and for 2 days straight it says this item has not been picked up. So I reach out to the person, and he ignores me, and then she's back like, oh, I haven't gotten to my phone, like, you just still didn't get it yet? Surprise. I was like, no. And why? I was like, you used some shitty ass service. I was like, so I'm going back for her. I was like, I prepared for, you know, something like this happened. I was like, if you don't give me my money back, I'm going to take legal action against you. So anyway, so that's my situation. I'm out $550 fucking dollars because we have horrible people in this world. Like, I respect scalpers more who
can't get your money back.
I can get. I don't know if I'll be able to get it back. I'll get it way back some way.
Or through your bank.
I did it through PayPal. But the thing is, I respect scalpers because at least they gave fucking people their consoles. Don't care how much they charge. They at least got them. You got these freaking bum, weird, lonely ass people that do these things, and it just makes me furious. So, but the thing is, I couldn't be too mad because I was skeptical the whole entire time, and I didn't use my wisdom. I didn't use better judgment.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is probably the stupidest. I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've done. All because I wanted a freaking second Xbox, because I blame this on 2K. I blame this on Microsoft because I wanted a second Xbox to see what's wrong with my Xbox where just one particular game just keeps shutting off my damn system. So I took, extreme measures. It was a horrible decision. And I advise, don't buy from anybody. I'm the only person that anybody can buy from online. I gotta stop assuming people are like me. I sell shit online all the time. I go to the UPS store. I send a picture of the tracking number. I'm very transparent. And I'm open to meeting in person. I'll meet you in front of a police station because I don't trust anybody. But that's was. It was a horrible situation, and I'm like, I waited 24 hours 48 hours for benefit of doubt. Like, all right, maybe this is but nah, I can't. You can't trust people. Can't trust people.
Yeah, no,
man.
Smarter.
Sorry to hear that.
Like I had a dude who was I was trying to sell the Elite Series 2, and there was this guy who was perpetrating as a vet. And so the dude was threatening me and shit. He was like, yeah, man, do you know what a vet could do to you? I was like, look, B, I'm just trying to get the controller off. But I mean, you come here, you gonna catch something. So I mean, I was warning the dude, and I was just trying to be real cordial with this dude, but he was telling me to send the controller, and the money will be released into my account after he gets it. I was like, I don't believe that shit. I'm not about to send you this. And so people out here are really scamming people, bro. Like, so you really gotta be up on it. Like they can say they the ops, they can say they a vet, they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
To try to play with your emotions and to get you to drop that money or to send something. So.
All right, I'm gonna run through some super chats right quick. So first one is from Nolan Baptiste. I know I'm saying your name wrong, but he says, in a couple of weeks is the Xbox event about Bethesda deal. What news is going to be said? What do you guys think is going to be said? I'll say this, nothing, it's a rumor. Nothing has been confirmed yet. I know Aaron Greenberg didn't deny the event, but he just confirmed that Elden Ring ain't going to be there, because remember that rumor, which we could talk about.
He said don't expect I can't. Hold on. He said, "Don't expect world premieres like that, like the Elden Ring." Or I'm thinking he's thinking about like big third-party games like that, like Elden Ring. You know, but I know when Elden Ring is gonna show up. I know when it's gonna show up and where.
Where is it?
Bandai Namco just announced that they're doing their own digital event. They haven't said when, but they're doing their own digital event. You know, similar to. Direct, state of play, stuff like that. So that's where they're gonna show off Elden Ring.
Are they publishing it?
What?
Bandai's publishing it?
Yeah,
that's what Bandai. Bandai Namco is publishing it. Yep. They publish all the Dark Souls games. The only one they didn't publish was, of course, Bloodborne and Sekiro. That's it. But all the Demon Souls, Dark Souls.
I don't think they did the first.
They
one.
did. No, they did. No. That was Sony, but I forgot who. No, it wasn't Bandai Namco. Atlas published it in the U.S.
Yeah, that's right. Atlas. Yep. That just popped in my head. Yeah, Atlas.
Anybody like I was hoping the Bethesda thing would be before this, but I mean, I guess some people are, through the grapevine that they're saying like this is likely related to Bethesda, but I didn't think it had anything to do with Bethesda because another Windows or Microsoft thing was happening, I think, the same week. But who knows? I was hoping for something sooner if it's Bethesda, because I'm sick and tired of the speculation. But if it is, I mean, we got a nice weight on our hands.
I mean, we need one because we just had a Nintendo Direct, we just had a State of Play. So now we need a one from Microsoft.
We do,
but now it's Xbox turn. Yeah,
you got that what's new for gaming thing, but I don't think that's going to be Bethesda necessarily. I think it's more going to be about like xCloud or being on PC or stuff like that. I think Bethesda might be something. Right? Yeah, I think Bethesda might be something more low key, even if it's just purely like a text blog or a video of just them answering the question that we're all asking ourselves: will they be on PS5 going forward? Yeah. I'd be happy with just that. I don't need any reveal trailers or anything like that. I just want answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to be clear of what their plans is going forward with Bethesda IPs and stuff like that. Like, around the bush.
They shouldn't be in that position anyway. They have to answer that though. That's
all
crazy.
All of Bethesda games expect them to be on the Xbox ecosystem and stuff like that. Cool. Or they say, hey, some are, some aren't, or is it case by case basis or whatever. Just be straight up.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I care about. Starfield, but that's it.
A press conference for this announcement?
I don't think it's going to be a press conference. I think it's going to be more so.
I don't even know what it is.
I think if anything, it's probably going to be a press release or a rounds of maybe a stream, maybe a pot. I don't know what they're going to do. I think there's going to be some sort of press release though, and maybe a pre-recorded video from like maybe Bethesda, maybe a pre-recorded between Phil Spencer, Booty, and freaking P. Hines and Todd. Who knows? I don't think it's going to be like some sort of like event. I think it's going to be like just some sort of press release and then something for it scheduled with like outlets for interviews. But
I agree with that. Yeah.
Shout out to
when Bethesda was announced, like it was announced via Twitter, like of all things by surprise. So that's all you need sometimes.
And then immediately after that same day, he was on MSNBC and all this other stuff. So it was kind of crazy. Shout out to Jay Bar. He said, "Smooth, you can get your money back. How long was this transaction? Transaction was done within 48 hours. It was March 1st. I think February 28th is when I sent the first payment, and March 1st is when I sent the second payment. I'm pretty sure I can get my money back. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get it back. Luckily, I don't want to like sound like I'm not hurt. I'm happy. Like I'm not like hurting or anything like that. Like this was like, you know, funds I just had.
550.
Wait, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I could use it. I mean, I could
for nothing. For like
for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's just a waste. Yeah,
it's a waste. It was a dumb waste. You know what I mean?
That 500.
I mean, it would have been better served. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just can't. I just really can't stand people. And then, like I said, I mean, and I'll tweet you guys the profile. I mean, got to do his number. Like it's stupid, man. What I did. I blame myself.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, exactly. I don't know. You already have a Series X. I understand if you're wondering if it's your Series X particularly, but if it's just happening with 2K or whatever, maybe it's a 2K problem. You should just wait until more Series X are available. Speaking of that, because I've been hearing, I don't know how true it is, but apparently the Series S has been available in Best Buy all week. Like you just buy it straight up. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not sold out.
You gotta.
Like that.
It's certain places you gotta go pick it up at.
Yeah.
And
It depends where it is.
Yeah.
Nah, I think
It's
you can
only
do it online.
pickup only. You can't get none.
Because I put it in my cart when I put the Series X in my cart to see it, and I get the same stupid messaging. You got it. Yeah, it's 250 miles, over 250 miles. Like, you know, get out of here with that bull crap, man. Yeah. But I don't want another Series S. I got a Series, like I said. I mean, it's fine, but I want. Yeah, it's just if things were normal, right? If because I truly gave PlayStation guys a lot of credit. I assumed that Xboxes will be available just for me. Like I thought I would be able to get two of them, Series X, and get me one Series S and call it a day, no problem, because nobody wants an Xbox, right? I thought that was my expectation was I'll have a hard time buying a PlayStation, but I'll have an easier time getting a Series X. Shit. So and it's now 4-5 months later, and I had three Xbox One X's. I managed to get multiple Xbox Ones. I can't get a Series X to say I can get a Series S if I wait for a flight. I'm able to grab that. S. I can't get a Series X. Yep. So
I'm just waiting for them to go in stores, man. I'm not even trying online anymore.
Right. That's what that's what they should do. They should stop doing these online sales because the scalpers are getting them. They should just bring it to the stores and just whoever get them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like,
especially now down here in Texas because they're lifting up the mask now, or the whole mask.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just stupid, bro.
All right. So what else do we have?
I'm gonna wear my mask.
Yeah. I'm not messing with that. It looks like xCloud is getting an upgrade fairly soon. They're going to be moving to 1080p. I think that's related more so to the server blades. I don't know if they're transitioning to Series S. They also launched a small pilot program for the PC for like the Windows stream. I think it's browser streaming on the computer. So if anybody's interested in doing that, and obviously the thing's going to be soon to open back up to iOS, which that's what I'm waiting for. I literally almost bought a freaking, was it a Note Plus or something like that, and I was like, nah. I would literally be buying this just to try out Game Pass. I was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm not really into mobile gaming like that. I have a tablet that works on it, but the thing is with the tablet, you can't really connect I like playing want to do the phone because I can at least get a clip to put the phone in the controller. I can't do that with a tablet. I gotta set a tablet on like some special type of stand or something like that. It's so weird. And I was like, for all that, I can just play on a monitor on my TV. So
what about that Razer thing? Like the joint, I seen somebody at my job with one of them, man.
You talk about like where it turns your phone into a handheld?
Yeah.
It's good for mobile, not good for a tablet. Not good for a tablet.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Gary Clark. He said that guy is scummy for doing that with the Series X. If you want to buy smooth, do you think that Series X is the reason why 2K21 is crashing and not the game? It could be. I spoke to the project manager, Jason Ronald, about it and sent him like the details, and I do crash reports on it. And he said personally that the Xbox shouldn't be like shutting down. Like they've done like different bug tests, and they're currently in talks with Visual Concepts, the dudes that made 2K, about this issue. And it's like, I don't know, man, if it's like really a console thing, because I'll play other games, and now my console has shut off. Like, for example, I played Madden. Well, Live doesn't shut it off. It just it just kicks me to the dashboard. It's just like, I don't know if it's like should. So it's like, I don't know if it's a compatibility issue. I don't know if it's an issue. And also, my Xbox is in the preview program, so I'm not sure. But I'm not the only one with the console shut off. My console shut off though is just egregious when it's 2K. Everybody else, when they're playing 2K, is every now and then. When I play 2K, I can't get through a game.
Just a suggestion: is there a way to back out of the preview?
Yeah, I can back out at any time. Yeah.
And then I would say try that. And
I'm about to back out of that and opt my Series S in, and then back my Series X out.
Just to see, like, maybe if there's something with the pre-build of the software is causing, the game to crash your system. I'm just throwing that out there. If that's something that you have different that other people might not actively just have on their consoles, that might be, something that you might be experiencing.
We shall.
I would just say if you can opt out of it and then just get your system to what Xbox and them just have it at factory set or whatever it is.
Yeah, I factory reset it. I've downloaded the update that was supposed to address like system shutting off, and like 2K just like disrespects this console. And that's why I was like, I wanted another one just to see, like, all right. Let me see if this is like, because people, if you go on like Reddits and stuff like that, you'll see it's a common like complaint with some people. It's just, I feel like other people are able to get through a couple games. I can't get through a single game. And I don't even play. The reason why it's not a problem for me right now, because I don't play 2K like that. Like how I used to play Live, it would be really a problem. But I play all my other games are fine. Like I did the entire Call of Duty campaign. I did Call of Duty multiplayer for hours and hours. Nothing. No issue. The only games
Need for Speed.
The last mission in Cold War shut my system off. I remember that. But it only did it once, and then it was when I replayed it, it was fine. But are you playing it? Is NBA? Is it digital or physical?
It's digital.
Okay, that's weird. I would just say try opt out of the preview program, just as a thing you can check off that is either the case or not the case.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about. Obviously, Kotaku put out an article, right? I think it was today. And it's weird because it's Kotaku. Xbox don't like Kotaku. I don't care for Kotaku. And I don't know if it's because of Jason Schreier, but there's, they typically have it out for like Xbox. Like they and like anytime you hear like, bad news or just like annoying opinion pieces about Xbox, is coming out of Kotaku.
Not only that, they also very like they're like political activists, so a lot of times they will have a lot of politics when it comes to like them reviewing games. Like I've seen some reviews of Kotaku where they'll review a game and they'll completely talk about politics and don't even talk about the game itself.
Oh yeah, Flight Simulator.
A lot of people don't like Kotaku.
That was a nightmare reading. I couldn't continue.
What do they say in Flight Simulator? I never read it. So.
They're talking about like certain locations and their political history. It don't even bother. Oh my god, it was
Yeah, so a lot of people usually don't like Kotaku's opinions or how they review stuff. Like in general, just not just Xbox fans or PlayStation fans. Of course, now the PlayStation fans are mad at them because what they're saying. But to me, I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
I don't really follow anybody's reviews. Yeah. Just because. Yeah. Everybody's different.
The article was a nice surprise. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Do anybody got it up? I'm gonna say Kotaku, Xbox. All right. So the title of the article, I'm just trying to pull it up here on Twitter. It says, "All right, the image that they use is pretty funny. It's the that meme with the dude looking at the chick with his girlfriend and shit, but he replaced it with PlayStation and Series." All right. So the title of the article is "Sorry PS5, Xbox Series X has unexpectedly become my preferred console." Now this is surprising for a couple reasons, right? It's Kotaku is Series X, over PlayStation, and it's early in the generation. People don't really appreciate the Xbox until freaking the One X was on this like last year, right? Pretty much. So the guy, goes and talks about how he's obviously somebody that's been, playing on PlayStation primarily, plays on PlayStation. He says he was managed to get both consoles at launch. He played through his PlayStation exclusives. Like, this sounds actually like me, but I just prefer Xbox. He played through his PlayStation exclusives, and then like sort of after like kind of got over that, he started playing games on his Xbox, and he just was kind of appreciative of the storage expansion option, because obviously PlayStation is like right now is limited to like 600. Well, it's 825 gigs, but after reserve memory, it's like
667 or something.
Yeah, like
so somewhere in the 600s.
Yeah, he's like the ability that he can play on play Xbox One 360 and games and whatnot, and then playing better the auto HDR feature he talked about. He also talked about the crossplay, where because he's coming off of Xbox, starting Gears on Xbox One, then going to play it on PC, and then finishing the game on a Series X and not having to start over, and it's just being like a seamless transition. I mean, things that us Xbox guys have pretty much been dealing with for quite a few years, but it was just like, I don't know, I guess a refreshing article. I read it. I thought it was cool. I just wanted to see how much hate was going to come out of it. I don't know if anything did. One thing they didn't mention.
Read the comments.
All right. So I didn't do it. I didn't read the comments. Yeah. All right. So one thing I didn't that he didn't mention in this article that I still think is like clutch is quick resume. Like, I keep forgetting that I started games on the Xbox, and I'll pick up exactly where I was. I was like, oh shit. And it'll be a game that I played like a couple weeks ago. Right. So like, and I've been playing Werewolf, right, lately, and the game is like, and I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but I just like, I'll turn off that, like, all right, I'm done for the day. And I'll just assume that I have to go through the process of like the game booting up, click load game, you know what I mean? But when you turn it off, you go to the game, it's just like boom, and I just my game is paused. Okay, but that was a cool article. MLD, you like I know you tweeted about this. What were your thoughts when this article went live, and your take on, I guess, some of the reactions?
Well, that article it said what I was thinking. I mean, there's a truth that a lot of us don't like to admit, but the first year of any generation, doesn't matter what it is, it's always dominated by multiplats. That's what we play. And Xbox, they have more generations of backwards compatibility. They play it better. All your saves carry over. It's all seamless. Whereas PlayStation, you got to jump through some hoops by comparison. And then you got Game Pass, which has all these other games. And I mean, you're only one person. You can't play them all. So there's always something new to play. So in the beginning, when we're only 5 months in, multiplats dominate the conversation, and that's where Xbox just simply does it better and for less money with Game Pass. So that article was just like a nice bit of fresh air, like especially from Kotaku. So it said,
which multiplat has come to Game Pass day one since the console release, like new?
What do you mean? Like, I'm thinking of Medium right now, but what do you mean, like multiplat, like third party?
You said like the multiplats are better and they're on Game Pass, right? Since
I
think you're talking in the beginning of, in the context you're talking about in the beginning of the generation, right? Because the multiplats that are on Game Pass are older and stuff like that. So like, which multiplats are you talking about right now that is coming to Game Pass?
Well, let's see.
You got to think about it. We already got launch games in Game Pass, and the console's only been out less than 5 months.
Okay,
so I don't even factor them old.
Basically,
right?
Well, I mean, I personally,
what else?
I played Control. I played Doom. I played Dragon Quest 11. I played Star Wars Squadrons. I mean, I played that when it was a free to play on the weekend. But there's plenty of games that just simply on the service you can't play them all. Essentially, there's always something that even if it's not new, it's probably something that you haven't played. Like there's no way you played them all. That's my point.
Yeah, and that's what Chris was getting at. He's trying to figure out, because majority of the new multiplats have been playing better on PS5. So he's trying to figure out what new multiplats, since they reference multiplats, what multiplats are playing better on
when he
Xbox.
said better, he meant like in terms of access. I believe I could be wrong because we're getting them like.
Well, he was also talking about the backwards compatibility too. How like how the stuff with like the double FPS boost and the auto HDR and stuff like that. I think that's what he was talking about as far as better, as far as those games. I don't know if he was talking about like in general, like the games are running better on the Series X.
Didn't Destiny Beyond Light launch day and date in Game Pass?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just all right. I just wanted to, because I mean that was a third-party game.
But didn't also Tetris Connected
also launched in Game Pass?
Tetris Effect Connected,
Yep.
Yeah, that was day one Game Pass.
Yeah, that launched in Game Pass too.
Yeah. In terms of like which console plays one of them better, that's another topic altogether. I mean, but we're already starting to see the pendulum swing in the other direction with games like Hitman or the backwards compatible games like The Division 2. So that's another topic.
But then now Need for Speed is running better.
Yeah, I want to say it's
Rainbow Six Siege.
And the Outriders too. The Outriders.
You're talking about the demo?
Yeah, just the demo. We don't know about the full game yet. So, to be fair, right? This is just a demo.
It's better on PS5 unless they updated it.
And the Need for Speed game is also running better. And then I think Hitman, it was just like complete lot 60. Like it was
some don't see that. The thing that's funny about these comparisons, the funniest thing is because nobody really pays attention to any of this shit. Like in terms of
and Cyberpunk new update as well.
The what?
Cyberpunk's new update.
The thing about these comparisons that I hate is that they jump the gun way too quick on it. Especially when you look at look at the Division. When they're like, oh, in the PlayStation 5, it's missing this, volumetric fog in these reflections and stuff. But then they go and put another patch out that fixes those issues, and then you got everybody, no matter what platform, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, going absolutely ape shit over, the frames running at a solid 60 FPS. But then the developers will come and be like, okay, we put a patch out, we got this, running better on a Series X, or we put the patch out and added these features that were seamlessly missing on the PS5 version. It's just people jump the gun way too fucking quick on these videos just to get content, just to get the clicks, and to start, the issues that we see with people saying, oh, look at this game runs better on this system, or this game runs better on this. But then over time, no matter what, the developers can get it to run.
Yeah, and
where it needs to be.
Yeah. And when it gets this patch,
jumping the gun too quick.
And when it gets this patch, nobody wants to say anything. Nobody wants to bring it up.
Like Dirt 5 was the big one. Look at how shitty the game looks on the Series X at 120 hertz. But then the developers came out and said, okay, we fixed that, we patched it, there was issues with the game. Boom, here it looks visual parity the same on both platforms. And it's aggravating to see Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
The Need for Speed one is funny as hell because and I blame a little bit of Digital Foundry. I'm sorry, old man Logan.
No, you're all right. I blame Digital Foundry too because that's their business model. That's how they're getting the clicks. That's how they're getting the ad revenue. Is by causing, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
yes,
they'll find them.
Causing the chaos to get the clicks, to get the money.
The gamers are horrible, but it's funny though because people they're taking that snapshot and then they're like looping it, and they did like, okay, this is what it's like on like Xbox for the entire time. They literally told you in the video, when you do this on this track, right, at this area, this is for some reason the frames drop on Xbox on the track. So the thing is, they tell you it's an isolated situation here, right? But everybody want to tell you, oh, this game is better here because without giving you the context. It's just like they'll take the screenshot or the clip, and that's it. And you can't do anything.
Look at this.
There's always a bug.
But then the funny thing is, they don't show that same 5 version running. They're just like, all right, there's one spot on the Xbox. 48 frames a second. It's like,
Yeah.
that 1 second is not going to make or break the fucking game. If somebody buys a game on the Xbox and is playing and is enjoying it, who the fuck cares?
Right.
You know what they did with the game though is kind of messed up though.
If they catch like constant jutter through like the entire game, then that would matter. But if it like if it starts to chug at like a place that has like heavy foliage or something, then it's fine. You're like usually once you get out of there, like you won't notice it. So
that's what they said. They're like, this one spot for some reason it's dropping to this, but then it kicks. You know, once it gets out of there, once it gets caught back up, then it's right back to 60.
Exactly.
Like, you know, there's obviously something. It would be different if the game was nonstop, consistently.
Right.
That's my issue with Outriders. It's like this is super.
But when you got one spot, that tells me that there's something wrong with the game that's not optimized for the platform at that one spot.
Yeah, but it's not going to be over. When the Yakuza Like a Dragon comparisons come out, they're going to be Xbox just if it's going to be a problem for Xbox guys because Sega has that game. I forgot what the settings is on the Series X, but for the PS5, I believe they're at 4K 60. I don't think it's 4K 60 on the Xbox. It's 60.
But that was a. Was that confirmed though?
It's looking likely. It's looking like I think
that was. Here's the thing, right? And
here we go.
We always bring this up every single time in this fucking. And honestly, I'm tired of it. I don't even engage in none of this shit like anymore. Like barely anymore. Sometimes I do. I said barely. But I didn't get. Look at my tweets. I didn't say nothing about Outriders.
Because it's a demo. Because it's a demo.
I didn't say, but I didn't say nothing about Need for Speed, and I didn't say nothing about the last Cyberpunk patch. You know what I mean? I didn't say nothing about none of them shits.
I didn't even know that game had another patch, man.
Yeah, I had another patch, and then it came out.
Well, I thought the patch got like
But here's the thing with Cyberpunk. Who cares? That game is fucked up anyway, so who cares, right? This is not even a next gen version, right? My point is everything I've been saying this whole time, right? As far as like we're gonna see leapfrogging, right, back and forth. Sometimes it runs a tiny bit better on Series X. Sometimes it runs a tiny bit better on the PS5 and whatever. Because I told people they overhyped the power narrative and they underestimated the PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? So the consoles are closer, evenly matched than a lot of people think and stuff like that. This is why we're gonna keep having these conversations. It's gonna keep being bigger and like I don't give a fuck no more. Like both of these consoles are performing these games at 60 FPS, which and a high resolution. If one is 1800p and the other one is 4K, the difference in resolution at that point is extremely unnoticeable. To the point it's like you're not even barely seeing the difference. You know what I mean?
It's definitely noticeable, bro. I'm not gonna let you do this because I did it. This was the situation.
So you think 1800p to 4K is you can see
it depends on how it's implemented.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this was the whole thing in the beginning of the last generation when 1080p. When Sony, when PlayStation had a 1080p game, it would drop in frames more. Nobody would say nothing though, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm saying. Like, so I'm not gonna say because I noticed a difference. Because that's why I was buying my Call of Duty games. I was buying them on PlayStation then.
But there's a very noticeable difference between 720 and 1080.
Peter told me, fam. He said 1080 would make me a better game.
Fuck that. Fuck what Fuck Yoshida.
That's what he said.
There is a noticeable difference between 720p and 1080p. Once you get to the extremely high pixel counts, especially now that they're upscaled to 4K, this is why you think a lot of PC gamers are going 1440p with DLSS and all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like the textures, everything is improving. So when it comes to like resolution, barely means anything no more. It's all about the texture, the lighting. That's the shit that next generation, both of these consoles are really gonna push and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's the beginning of the generation. And I see some people, right? We just had a state of play, right? Some people talking about the loading times and PS5 SSD. We just had a state of play where they show Final Fantasy VII Remake and they showed the loading time.
2 seconds, man. That's nice.
As soon as you click into that, it's less than 2 seconds. Spider-Man loads less than 2 seconds. Demon Souls loads less than 2 seconds. And these are very demanding games. You say little small little ass.
Do they
Fantasy 7 is dog shit though.
Hold on.
Chris, do they really do that?
Hold on.
I'm about to fight. You said Final Fantasy 7 is dog shit.
Final Fantasy 7 is dog shit.
Nah, that shit fire. You didn't play it. That's why.
Oh, dude, I was obsessed with Final Fantasy 7. 40 hours in one fucking weekend, dude. And I've never really played a Final Fantasy game, and that pulled me in.
I'm just saying.
Anyways, what I was saying is, so people when people say, "Oh, what about the bro?" We have examples. We have example of an open world PS5 game running dynamic 4K 60 with ray tracing, and it's running at pretty much locked the whole way. Like we have. This is why you need first party to show off your hardware. First party is always going to be the ones that show off your hardware and see what it can do. So when you see a third party, it's like, oh, this third party game is loading 20 seconds. Okay, but this first party game that's graphically better and more demanding is loading in 2 seconds. So how can you blame the hardware and not the actual developers themselves? That's for both consoles. You know what I mean? Not either or. That's all I wanted to say on that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take frame rate over resolution any fucking day.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think 1440p 60 all day over.
I don't think everything needs to be 4K as long as it looks good. And obviously, as long as it's not just 1080, if it's a little bit higher, like 1440p looks, amazing. But that frame rate is a make or break it. Like, I still have not made myself play Watch Dogs Legion because I just can't get over the fact that they have not put a 60 FPS patch.
Right,
and I'm
facts.
like, dude, and I'm just like, wait a minute, how are all these other people doing 60 FPS with ray tracing? Like Insomniac's doing. And fucking Watch Dogs Legion's over here we at 30.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Hold up.
I'm like
60 frames per second with ray tracing.
You got the Spider-Man. No, it's obviously the lesser version of it's obviously a lesser version of ray tracing. It's not the full ray tracing, but you still get the effect. But Insomniac was able to, and I was so pissed, man. Insomniac was able to patch a 60 FPS with ray tracing mode in a matter of a couple weeks after the system launch and stuff. And I'm over here. I played it in 60 FPS. I didn't even touch ray tracing. I was like, man, I could have had both worlds. And so that pisses me off because I'm like, the second I start to play Watch Dogs, the second I start to get into it, or if I beat it, is when Ubisoft's going to be like, oh, now we have we've patched 60 FPS in the game.
Yeah,
it's like
I was hoping they patched it with the multiplayer. With their multiplayer add-on, but they're not.
There's other games you got like Devil May Cry, which has 60 FPS and ray tracing. Obviously, it's not
that game's just running uncapped.
That game looks fucking amazing on the. I have that on the PS5, and it looks good.
But can we actually blame the gamers though for wanting all this? Because on these two boxes, clear as day, it's like they're advertising 4K 120.
120.
Yeah. But like, so like, can we blame ourselves for wanting what they were advertising?
No, not at all. And my thing is, I mean, that comes obviously down to the developers, and for some reason, I don't like. I like ray tracing. Ray tracing is great and all. It looks beautiful and stuff. But if it sacrifices me from going from 60 frames to 30 for ray tracing, I don't want it.
Exactly.
And the fact that Watch Dogs Legion. The fact that Watch Dogs Legion, that game came out in October, so you're looking at 5 months ago. The fact that they haven't even put a patch out to even just pick a mode, because most games have, most games have, if you want performance mode for 60 FPS or if you want quality mode for 4K, you have that choice. But for some reason, they're the one developer is like, no, you stuck it 4K ray tracing, 30 FPS. Don't even ask us to do anything else. And it's just been like, I know like every time they make like a post or anything, you look at people and they're saying, hey, is there ever going to be a 60 FPS patch? Is there going to be a 60 FPS patch for the game? And they just don't respond to it. And it's just weird that, a big developer like Ubisoft can't do that. But you got Insomniac that's like, hey, we're going to do you one better. Here's 60 FPS and a version of ray tracing and, not full 4K, but dynamic, ups the resolution a little bit. It's not 1080, but it's definitely not 4K. and that's just crazy to see.
It's also funny because a lot of Ubisoft other developers, the Immortals team, the Assassin's Creed team, they jumped on the 60 frames immediately. So, I mean, we know
how did out of all those games,
I think that's
Watch Dogs Legions is the one that just fell to that side.
Yeah, they even went back to their old games, with Ghost Recon and the Division 2, and
they did all these patches for this shit. And the brand new game, they're still like, nope, 30.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to need Xbox to do their double FPS boost to that one.
I would like that because that's just I want to play Watch Dogs. I love Watch Dogs 1. I love Watch Dogs 2, and I want to play Legion, but I'm just like the second I beat it, they're gonna sit there and have a 60 FPS mode. And I just it's what happened to Miles Morales. It's what's gonna happen if I do play Watch Dogs.
I was trying to hold off on beating Watch Dogs until the Series X came out, and I was like, nah. I mean, I don't know if I want to wait to see ray tracing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I just finished it on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, I sat there and I've been. And the fucked up part is I bought like the $120 Steelbook edition from GameStop, and it's just I think I did like the first couple hours. Yeah,
Watch Dogs?
The what?
Ouch.
Man, you must have really like 1 and 2.
Dude, I love 1 and 2. I played everything with 1 and 2.
One was good. 2 was garbage, man.
I'm honestly on the same opinion with Smooth when it comes to Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah,
Watch Dogs 2. I thought
that one was horrible.
I think Watch Dogs 1 had a better character and a story.
Yep.
Even though Marcus was more likable, right? But I still think Aiden Pierce's story was more interesting. Than Marcus.
Yeah, I wanted to get to the end of Aiden's story. I wanted to do what this goofy ass dude they got in San Francisco. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I love you. Gonna do my boy Marcus like that.
Oh man, and that game was horrible. I don't know how they did it. How did they make it? Was it Watch Dogs 1 like 792p? Right? Watch Dogs 1
it was weird.
Looks better than Watch Dogs 2.
I remember like there was like a big debacle because I remember PlayStation advertised it at 1080, and then they had to come back and say because they couldn't even hit 1080 on the PS4, and they had to come back and say no, it's actually not. I think Sony had to come out and say the game wasn't going to be 1080 on the PS4. It was like I think 900 on PS4.
I think it was right 900p on PS4, 792p on the Xbox. Yeah, but I recently played it because I played it before I went to Watch Dogs Legion, and visually it wasn't a problem. But when I went to freaking Watch Dogs 2, oh my god! I tried it playing directly. I tried it playing on the Xbox One X, the Series X, and I tried recently with the FPS boost. It's just still an ugly game.
Does the FPS boost? Does it look good?
It plays good, but it's still the game still looks
you're
super. Yeah,
maybe it's one of those games just had to play it in its prime.
Yeah,
it just came out.
I've seen many 900p games better than that.
Look, but 4K has been going on.
Because Rise still holds up, so that's the thing.
But Rise was just
Rise
is just. No matter what, that game was just beautiful.
Oh, is that game getting a double?
Oh my god! If it ever did, I would be day one.
I would hope.
What would the resolution be? Because
they'll keep the same resolution. They'll keep the same resolution.
I think it.
Because I heard that don't they lower the?
No, they don't. All right, let me set this straight because this shit annoyed me when they dudes were posting that shit.
I don't know.
No, not you. But this shit annoyed the hell out of me because it's like they took up with this one. All right, so Jason Reynolds said, when they were doing their testing, they noticed that they could reduce resolutions to double FPS, and that's why they was like, if they do that, that's why they're gonna enable an option to either double the FPS or leave it alone, because if they hit games where it has to double where it has to lower the resolution, they don't want you to force you at a lower resolution to get the frames. Right now, the games that are available now through this FPS boost, none of them lowered their res. They all got their native resolutions, like Super Lucky Tales at 4K 120, Far Cry at 1080p, freaking Watch Dogs at 900p, so on. It's going to be there might be a case where that does occur, but that was just a technique they could use to double the frame rate, which that's already been proven. Like last gen when they had their performance and resolution mode. So, but that's not what they're doing to get those frame rates currently.
And the FPS boost is just all from the Xbox itself. That's not even from the developer.
They found a way to
you
keep.
You just got the
magic
system doing the work for you. It's not even a developer going in and putting the program in. Which is, I mean, that's a cool feat just when you think about it.
Yeah, their engineers are
developer shit and say, you know what, you don't want to make this game run better on our system, we're just going to do it for you.
I mean, they got a lot. There's a lot of games, like I said, that I want to see get that boost, because a lot of games like need it for sure. Like,
especially I think the last generation for the Xbox One, the launch Xbox One was rough. Like the system was underpowered when it launched.
Yeah.
With the Xbox One X, it benefited definitely with the more power.
Yeah.
With the OG Xbox One, when you're looking at that first 4 years of its life, I think the Xbox One X came out 2017.
Yeah, that's right.
I think when Shadow War came out. Everything before
that needs a double frame rate, bro, because that game was running
anything like November 2017 and back to 2013 could definitely use that bar.
Yeah, absolutely. There's games I would love to go back to, like any of the Dead Rising games that came out last year. I would love to play at 60, and Shadow of Mordor I think would be a nice one. To double.
Dead Rising 3 too would definitely benefit.
Yeah,
dude, I love that shit.
I'll even go to
that shit was at 21 FPS, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
dude,
General, what you say?
Zombies on the screen. Could you blame that though?
General, what you say?
The streets just filled.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, General.
Oh, sorry. Just like I was gonna say, like there's even some 360 games if they can if that's even possible. Like one of my favorite games was like Dead Space 2. If that could be 60 frames, that would be so amazing.
Yeah, like I'm playing Dead Space 2 right now. Like I beat 1 and 3, and I went back to play 2.
You went 1 and 3?
I want 60 frames on that really bad. Like I really do.
I'm just curious to ask, why'd you go 1, 3, and then 2?
No, like should I beat all of them on the 360? But I lost my email, so like I'm just playing through them again, and that's just how I played them. But 2's my favorite though. But so that's probably why.
Terrible. I hated 3, so I was like,
3 was cool.
I kind of just try to forget about it.
It's good for a co-op run.
Yeah, but I don't go into Dead Space thinking I'm going to play a co-op game.
Yeah,
I know.
I want isolation. I don't want anybody there. And playing Dead Space 3 by yourself is just the most awkward thing.
It kind of is.
Especially like the last boss fight where the co-op
Yeah.
partner is just constantly yelling at you and stuff while you're fighting the boss. I'm like, dude, you're not even on the same fucking planet right now. Leave me alone.
Think about it. Like I've played so many games where you have like NPCs and they're just yelling and screaming with a fucking gun in their hand, watching you get murdered, and you're just like, okay, bro.
But Dead Space was that guy acted like he was there, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
When you play that game single player, he was not even. He would be there like when like the cutscenes would happen, and then he would like the camera would turn away from him, and that dude fucking just disappeared.
Oh yeah.
He's like you're just gonna do everything by yourself. Oh man.
Yeah, that was the effect of the marker though. Like, but I just got done playing Spec Ops: The Line, and I wish that was 60
great game.
frames. That was really
great game.
That was super good. Like that fucking story was amazing.
Multiplayer was ass though. I mean, but great game, great single player.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me and Nick tried to play that. I was like, all right.
You really tried to play that multiplayer? Oh, dude, at launch it was dead. I can't even imagine it. I definitely know it's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, question: how much does that cost? Because I keep hearing about this game. If I were to buy it on this
goes
store,
on sale quite a bit for like $5 on the Xbox.
Oh, okay, that's nothing. Okay, great.
I don't know what
it was last on sale on for $5.99. But shout out to Notorious Dre. I know you got to head out, bro.
All right, peace, fellas.
All right, peace, Dre.
Oh, I wanted to. You talked about that on your other podcast. Never mind. I was gonna ask his opinion on State of Play, but.
Probably State of Play, but that was just me.
Yeah, but yeah. When you get a moment, there's Spec Ops: The Line, good game to check out. If it's still on sale, I'd say grab it for sure.
If you can find it, used somewhere at like GameStop or your local game shop. I'm pretty sure it's not any more than $10 used.
Yeah, I would expect it to be much. Speaking of games, there's a couple games I need to bring back. Like this Godfall, I gotta flip it so I can before it loses all its value if it hasn't already. So I mean, what else? I know it was like I know we had a discussion about what we think was going to happen. I think the only thing that really happened over the week was just a couple more games that got announced to get upgrades to next gen. No formal controller was revealed. No update on the Bethesda thing.
There was a controller reveal.
Yeah, but it wasn't a formal one. Like we're like, all right, we can go buy this.
Hey, it still counts, baby. I was still right. Remember you last week? You're like, what are y'all
predict? The Chinese New Year one was that?
Yeah,
the one?
Yeah. It's funny that I ain't gonna lie.
He was like, what do y'all predict Xbox is gonna announce by next week? And I said new controller, and I was right.
The month is young.
The controller.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know if you can like buy it though. Like
it was like a
they just like advertised like a Chinese New Year controller.
Oh, okay.
That still counts though.
I mean, a couple of new games. I mean, so Minecraft Dungeons obviously got 120 frames update for the series. Super hot. I don't know if anybody's interested in that game. It's 4K 120 on the Series X, 2K 120 on the Series S. I believe it's in Game Pass still. I know it used to be. I'm pretty but they have had a next gen upgrade as well. I'm just trying to think of if there's anything else that might have been stealthed, like optimize. Rogue, Rocket League, Fortnite, those are all like older games. And I still haven't played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's?
Which one?
The next one, 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. It got a patch. I remember.
Yeah.
They got a patch.
Gears Operation 6 is live. For those who are interested in Gears, and my buddy's calling me. He's probably played enough Madden to like beat me. I've been beating him for like a couple months now. But no, that's pretty much that's it for the show. Unless we're missing other thing. I mean, I do gotta.
We had stuff, but I mean,
you said what?
State of play and shit like that.
I'll state of play.
Sony announcing that they're discontinuing the sale of.
Yeah. I mean, those. I mean,
that was weird.
That was weird. But I've seen. I've seen a lot of protective damage control for that though.
Right now.
Yeah, because.
You can't even play a fucking movie on it.
So the thing is, it's like why people.
Yeah, I think it's probably because of the streaming services. That maybe they just feel that people are gonna use those more. So like.
Yeah, but. Like I actually buy movies on my Xbox. You know what's crazy? Didn't they just have a Monster Hunter advertisement to watch on PS5 commercial air like 2 days ago?
Probably.
I don't know. Here's the thing about the like me personally. This really doesn't affect like for anybody who like buys movies, watches movie on their PlayStation. Then this sucks. There's obviously I can understand the frustration with that. Me, I've only bought one movie on it, and I rented one movie. I bought like John Wick in a double pack. It was like John Wick 1 and 2, and then I rented. I think it was the Final Fantasy 15 movie or whatever. But I really think, and because this is weird because Sony makes movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sony Pictures. They sell movies and stuff like that, right? So, my theory is that that people. Because of all the subscriptions, right? You got Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO, and stuff like that. My opinion is the rental and digital purchases of these movies have gone drastically down to the point that Sony's like, we gotta cut it because I don't.
Well, probably just because of COVID right now, no movies have really come out like big stuff.
Yeah, but I don't.
So if I don't want past year.
I wouldn't see that being the reason of them canceling or getting rid of an entire service.
Question
to me that it's just whether you use it or not. Like I mean, I rent tons of movies on my Xbox. If I'm not wanting to drop $30 on buying a full movie, $6 to rent a movie. Have a night, grab some popcorn. Like I do that all the time.
I've rented movies too. I mean, not a lot, but
sites though too. A lot of new films are launching into the subscription services. So.
That was how I bought the animated Scooby movie. They did that just digital, so it was like $20 if you wanted to watch it.
But you still like all the subscription service, or it's like all the movie subscription service and like stuff like Funimation, HBO Max, like Disney Plus, like those are all still gonna be there on your PlayStation, right? Those apps aren't going away.
Yeah, which is wouldn't want to try to get any money from those sales.
I purchased movies on my consoles. I got a library of movies on like Xbox. I still got the Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy. I bought that on the Xbox. Freaking couple Kevin Hart movies, etc. like that. That's there in my library. So I mean, I'm pretty sure like PlayStation guys, if they purchase anything, they keep those. But the option to not have them, I don't know, man. Because I have stuff that I bought when I had a 360. Movies that I bought, licenses that I was able, obviously to keep. It's just an option that's there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, we game on these boxes, but at the end of the day, they have other features, and I mean, people shouldn't be ashamed to use those features. I mean, the Netflix thing, I get, but Netflix are all on every device. And streaming quality versus downloading quality is different. It's completely different. So
yeah, it's better. Yeah, I mean, like I don't use. No, well, not anymore. Like used to, like before I had a smart TV. Like, I would watch Netflix on PlayStation every now and again and stuff like that. But I don't use Disney Plus. I don't use like my PlayStation is like straight for gaming because all those apps and stuff like that, or where I can rent movies, they're all on my TV anyways. Like on my smart TV. That's where I use all of that stuff primarily. So yeah, I think it really is. People just weren't. Not enough people were just buying and renting movies. You know what I mean? Because when I look at my friends list, whenever I look at I have like over 100 people on my PSN. When I look at them, I never see anybody on YouTube or movies. They're either playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or stuff like that. So I never really see anybody like really like in their apps or watching movies on PlayStation. So maybe that's why they decided like, it's probably, or either that or they're probably gonna introduce their own subscription, like Sony Pictures or whatever, some shit like that, where they put all the Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think Sony stores these things on the cloud or some other way? Because maybe they don't want to pay as much cloud fees to Microsoft. You know?
Well, what would that have to do? What would Microsoft have to do with movies on PlayStation?
Oh, I mean, how does Sony store their movies?
Is that what you're asking? If they're the ones hosting servers like Microsoft is?
Yeah, that's just a theory of mine right now. Like how Sony would store their movies services. Maybe that has to do with keeping the costs down somehow. I don't know, because it's not return on investment.
I don't know, it just seems weird. It's random, like to do.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just there was no like lead up to it. They're just like, oh, by the way, August we're not selling movies or doing rentals anymore. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like. I mean, for me, like, I don't actually, I don't have a traditional like Blu-ray player or anything like that. Like, we use our consoles, with Blu-ray players in them.
Yeah.
And it would just be weird, like, somebody that's like, oh, I'm just gonna buy, the digital version of PS5 to save me $100 because I can just, download movies, because people do like to watch movies and stuff. So if they're like, I'm going to use the console and I just buy the movies, and then Sony's like, yeah, we're taking that feature away from you completely.
And Sony's not shy away of, if a service with them isn't making them money or investment, they'll cut it off. Like they did it with what was it, PlayStation View, right? And then there was like another service at the beginning of the generation.
I forgot all about
yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like nobody was really like, and PlayStation View when that first started, it was actually really good. Like it had HBO, it had,
and then they started,
a lot of channels.
Had it.
But then they started using like losing networks in like abundance, and
everybody started. HBO started doing its own thing. Like everybody, all these apps or whatever started showing up. So they say, nobody's gonna be subscribing to it.
So they could probably implement something that is just Sony centric, like you said. Like they could have
that's what I said.
Like Sony picture streaming service, so like the people can't take content off of there because they own it. So they could really do it like that.
Yeah, that would work.
But yeah, I'm about to get ready to wrap this show up. Hopefully, we get something like new.
You want to talk about that state of play real quick?
I mean, you can talk about it personally. I like when did the state of play happen? On Thursday?
Happened Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's why I'm about to say, because I was like, I feel like I talked about this, but it was the other podcast. All right.
Oh yeah, that's why you did it with all the podcasts.
Okay.
So for me, my opinions is over. If I had to give it like an overall score, like looking at it objectively, I give it about a 5 out of 10.
Why? Why 5?
5 out of 10, and that goes for anybody in the chat that was calling me a Sony shill earlier. You know?
Why 5?
But this is why. The batch of games that were shown weren't bad, right? Like they weren't bad at all. Like a lot of those games is like I'm either interested in or I think they look cool and stuff like that. This is why I say it's a 5.
That dodgeball game looks like ass.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. The reason why is because most of these games, there was 10 games in total. There was only one new announcement, which was Seafood. The rest of the games
were like updates, right?
Updates. But some of these games, I felt like they didn't need to be there at all because we already have enough. Let me finish. Right. So they started off with Crash Bandicoot. Talk about the PS5 version and all that stuff, right? Crash 4 and stuff like that. And just a week before that, they already explained all that. Like they already released a blog and all that stuff explaining on that. So I felt like, for me at least, that didn't really need to be there. But I understand why, because Crash, obviously the original PlayStation mascot, is synonymous with PlayStation, right? Then they went off to show the dodgeball game, which we seen a week prior on Nintendo's Direct. We've literally seen the same game on Nintendo Direct, the dodgeball game and stuff like that. So to me, it's like, okay, I already seen this shit. This ain't shit. Then they show then they go with Oddworld, which Oddworld has been at every single PlayStation event since the PS5 showcase. They continue to talk about the game, and every single time they talk about the game, it's always the guy talking about, oh, Abe, Abe is on his craziest journey. Yeah, it's like, bro, we've seen enough information about this. Like, we already know who doesn't know what Oddworld is gonna play like? We've seen like plenty of gameplay. But of course they announced that it's coming to PlayStation Plus in April for PS5 only. The game's coming to PS4 and PS5, but Plus version is PS5 only, right? Kenna was like definitely like the best one of the best of the shows because I
like that kind of show.
They showed more gameplay, and they finally give us a release date for August. I think it's the 24th. I think is when that game is releasing. So it's a good release date. Obviously, there's not going to be too many huge games around that, so it gives Kenan more time to shine. They showed more Deathloop, but I feel like that Deathloop trailer was really good.
Show it though,
right?
It was the trailer.
No, it was really good. It was really good.
But like I said, like we've seen Deathloop and gameplay trailers like 5 times before. You know what I mean? But it's coming out in May and whatever and stuff like that. And then Returnal had a good trailer, but the day before they dropped a trailer already. They dropped like a 2 or 3 minute trailer, and then the next day on State of Play, they dropped another trailer for Returnal. It's like, bro, you just dropped the trailer yesterday. Why are you dropping another trailer today? We know when the game is coming out. So to me, it was filled with a lot of games that we've seen multiple times that I feel like we didn't need to see. And of course, like the big one for me at least was the Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated with the PS5 upgrade, the Yuffie DLC, which I'm super excited for and stuff like that. So that shit, like I'm super excited for that shit. You know what I mean? But that's why it's like, to me it was mid because most of the game, like it was a good batch of games, but I feel like a lot of those games didn't need to be there, and we have more than enough information on some of these games. And that Seafood game looks pretty good, by the way. It's from the Absolver people.
Yeah, it does.
That looks like John Wick with like samurai. That's the vibes I got from it.
Yeah. So,
security breach.
And again, you got the same day you had the Halo Infinite update, which hey, I'm biased as hell, but I was more excited about that because the graphics are really starting to improve.
I got so fucking pissed off. There was some guy saying this looks like next gen, this looks like Halo 2, and I posted a side by side screenshot of Halo 2 and what they posted on there, and I said, "Are you sure?"
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
old man, hey, old man, like you can't let these frauds out here like get under your skin. Like they say everything looks like a fucking PS2.
Yeah, or a mobile
so
game. Yeah,
they literally say every single game looks like a PS2.
They're doing a good job. Up like 343 is doing a good job with their monthly updates, and the visual improvements was great. But the thing is that I'm more so. I think I'm over it. I need to see the game in motion, right? I need to see that. Show me an updated demo.
Right.
And I'm good to go. I mean, we know this is going to be the year of Halo. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just more interested to see also, because I already know Halo's my game, right? I'm really interested to see where they're going to surround, Halo with this year. So that's what I'm curious to see. So I'm keeping my eyes open on Xbox Wire, what's going on this month, and Bethesda, of course. And, we'll obviously talk more about that. But before we get out of here, I do want to just kind of give my condolences to the family of Dizzy. Dizzy, good dude.
Kevin Alexander.
Kevin, good dude, very good dude. He was original cast of like when I first did Play Xbox and Writer's Block, all the other podcasts I did before I kind of had any direction. This dude was really behind the scene of like everyone in terms of like all the small time journalists, people starting their own websites and hiring journalists. Kevin was behind like all of it, like the Tick GNs and the Iron Lords Network and even the famed Double Luck Gaming, and I believe he was a part of some other website gaming, but he was just like kind of just there and always there for like help. We've always been in like party chats, podcasting. Like I said, we got a podcasting history, of course, but just jumping in his parties and like kind of just poking fun at him for playing like Ark all day, and then asking him to teach me how to play so I can at least get a part of the conversation. I just want to say, God bless him. God bless his family. It was like a big loss to the gaming community. And Dizzy, I just want to tell you that, and anyone's watching, miss you. Took the news kind of hard, and I'm just praying for your family. There is a GoFundMe to support, obviously his arrangements, and I just wanted to just say to people, like, you got friends, a lot online. We all appear as strangers, but you grow close to people. Tell the people you appreciate them. You appreciate your friends. Tell them you love them, and Just people need to know that you are appreciated. And Dizzy, we appreciate you, man, and I thank you for sort of everything you've done for the community and helped jumpstart in a lot of people's their online gaming careers with journalism, YouTube, podcasting, and just being that podcast mate, that party mate that people could jump into and just talk, get some tips. But that's just kind of all I wanted to say. I meant to do this at the beginning of the show, but I did not want to end the show without paying my proper respect. So
you really saved the best for last. The whole Planet Xbox panel, the chat, like the whole Xbox community, PlayStation dudes too, PC dudes, just like we're all sending our condolences to his family, to the Iron Lords. So we know that King is really taking this pretty hard. So it's just like, send love their way, send it their way, because these people are like, they were really close to him. I've only talked to him 2 to 3 times, but I could tell you he was a genuine dude. So it's just like, just everybody, just send your love, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, wish his family all the best.
Yeah, he was a real cool dude. I've interacted with him a couple times, on Twitter or in the chat. And every time we talked, man, he was always positive. Like, you know what I mean? He was never on like anything crazy and stuff like that. We will talk, even if we had disagreements, he was always humble and positive. Sometimes we'll talk about music, because like he's into like Big Crit, I'm into like Big Crit and stuff like that. So that, like, when I heard that news yesterday, because I wrote something on Twitter for for him and for his family and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, man, it's crazy, because I remember like seeing a tweet, I think it was from his wife last week, saying that he was in the hospital and everything like that, and I was like, well, I hope he's doing okay. But then you know, you get news and stuff like that. So like with Kid Smooth, you know, don't take life for granted. You never know when you're gonna go. Death is real. We're all gonna, you know, be one day. So, you know, don't take life for granted, man. Hug your loved ones and, you know, live your life righteously. Like I try to do, but I don't.
Said. Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, you know, shout out to the Iron Lords podcast. Shout out to Tick, Tick podcast, Kal-El, Super Pod Shots, everyone, and shout out to, like, you know, everyone, but also General MLD. Thank you for tuning in. You're always welcome to join the show. We do the podcast every Wednesday at 8:30ish. Obviously, you're going to be getting hit up by BG to you know show up on Weapon Wheel soon. So we're looking forward to that. You guys can subscribe to General MLD. His channel link is in the description below. General, you got anything to say? Please.
Just appreciate it, and thanks for having me. This was actually, this was a lot of fun. All the ideas here. This was a great time. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Good meeting you. It's my first time meeting you, so.
All right. Likewise. It was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I mean, got you on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel, so I know where to find you. Like I said, looking forward to it. Chris, man, content. What's going on?
So yeah, I've definitely been lazy on my content. I ain't gonna lie, but it's nice because, you know, I'm down here in Texas and there's a lot of stuff that happened down here and stuff like that. So I've been kind of doing a whole bunch of other things, but yeah, I should be, you know, having a review of Peace pretty soon. I finally got Persona 5 Strikers, but I haven't played it or anything like that. But yeah, you can just find me on Twitter, and I may or may not do a video on this whole Final Fantasy VII remake upgrade with the DLC and all the theories and stuff like that. Because Final Fantasy VII does have a real deep story. It's really good. And the universe is amazing, right? So, but anyways, yeah, y'all can catch me, whatever. Shout out to General MOD. Listen, I'm about to bring back the Trade Brotherhood, right?
All right.
I'm gonna do the PlayStation 5 version of it, all right?
You do that. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but yeah, man, shout out to everybody, shout out to the chat, and yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Oh man, you got anything going on? You're just gonna join us in Ghost Recon with your streaming next? What's up?
Were you guys playing Ghost Recon?
I would love to play anything with someone. Otherwise, I'm not gonna go back to
the Breakout, or what was it called?
Yeah, is it Breakpoint?
Breakpoint.
Yeah.
There's Warface Warface. I mean, I'll have to reinstall Ghost Recon.
That load time did it to you? Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay.
But I'm down to play anything, man. I'm especially Outriders when that comes out next month.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like holding myself back from trying to download the demo because I don't like spoiling games for me. I like
it's no spoiler, dude. It's not spoiler.
I want like the game, like the first time I play the game
to be the first time. Truly, got you. I understood.
I'm not a big fan of like wasting time on demos unless like it's like betas for like multiplayer and stuff.
Your progress carries over though.
I know that's like the one thing where I was like, well, maybe I could, but I'm trying to not do it.
Gotcha.
But no, I'm just
you're gonna wish you would. You're gonna wish you would, bro.
I know.
Like it's not that much
of it. This damn demo.
Like, but for real, you'll be like, man, I could have did this in the goddamn demo.
I'm down to play. Like, if you guys want to play some Warface, do a couple streams and stuff like that, that'd be great. Because I did not have fun playing Warface last night by myself. I feel like that's definitely a game that needs people that you know to talk to. And Ghost Recon, I didn't really play much of Breakpoint, so I'm definitely down to get into that. This year, I've been focusing on trying to get backlog. This year, I'm focusing mostly on clearing out my backlogs and just like trying to get that down as much as possible. Like I said before we even started the podcast, I beat Horizon Zero Dawn this week, and I bought that game literally in 2017. Great game. And I beat it in 2017, so I've just been like working through that stuff on my Twitch. I've been trying to break into some of the YouTube stuff here and there, kind of doing some stuff. But yeah, man, playing games every day.
Yeah, so sup. Swans, man, what you into? What you playing?
I've just been Destiny grinding, bruh. Like,
Okay.
If there's, I beat a couple games before I just got onto the Destiny grind again. So I'm just kind of stuck there grinding that, and I've been playing Resident Evil the remake one that came with the games with gold. I've been enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
My lady's been helping me out with that, like with some of the little the detail things, like burning the bodies and shit. I didn't know that, so
dude, them Crimson Heads,
Oh yeah,
Crimson Heads aren't anything to fuck with, dude. Burn them.
As the diamond hit, she's a speed runner on Twitch, so it's like, she knows all the shit. Like, I don't know none of that shit about that game.
Does she speed run the Resident Evil games? I like watching those.
She does.
There's one guy that I watch. He beats the Resident Evil games in like an hour or like 40-some minutes.
Hey, she beat this one in like 54 minutes, I think. So.
Okay.
So yeah, shit. I'll send you a link to her Twitch though, bro. But
yeah, definitely do. I like watching. Like, I'm fascinated with Resident. Like, I'll never be able to do that shit. I like watching people do it. And yeah, like I love Resident Evil like speed runs for. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too. Like, I don't know why either, but
it's just such a unique. It's just such a unique game to watch people speed run. It's like ridiculous.
Oh,
like
you talking about
Resident Evil? His name
Resident Evil?
Yeah, the Resident Evil games.
There's one name's his name's like Carsey D. John or something like that, and he's just like he has those games memorized front and back. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I used to
that's
watch
all I've been doing.
Resident Evil speed run all the time, and I like to do that myself too. But I'm not good at those guys.
The only thing I did with speed run was Resident Evil 3 remake. I think I did is like an hour because I was just going through and trying to get all the. I was just trying to go and get all the achievements on the remake. I did 100% that one, but that's like the only one I've speedrun. But that was like me using the, like I was using the.
I got was like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I mean, I cheesed my speedrun because I mean I used Infinite Rocket.
Well, two is a longer game than 3.
Oh yeah, by far.
That's definitely.
I custom vanilla play was 4 hours.
I can't play that damn game.
Not know what the hell you're doing. It was 4 hours. I was like, I paid.
I beat it at 5 hours. Yeah, the first time.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I was like, this should not have been $60.
Yeah, I can't do Resident Evil.
Especially they're like, oh, well, you have the Resident Evil Resistance multiplayer mode. No, nobody gives a fuck about that. Come on.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Especially like they're gonna do like that, you know, with Resident Evil 8. They're like, oh yeah, we got Resident Evil 8, and then RE Reverse. It's like nobody is asking for this garbage that you're trying to put out.
Hey, Smooth.
Yeah.
Give me Resident Evil 4 remake.
Remember I was telling you about I was wishing that EA sale that was on Xbox for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Over with. Now it's Ubisoft. So,
yeah, Ubisoft. Yeah, I mean, but I got a lot of Ubisoft games. But the thing is, I probably should have waited because I could have gotten Far Cry 4 for a lot cheaper had I waited. So
it's a really good price.
But how much is it now?
Also, I saw Far Cry 5 actually for like $10 Canadian, I think, or they're like 15. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I haven't played before either. Is it worth it?
I would say Far Cry 5, yeah. I would recommend
Far Cry 5, yeah. I mean, hopefully it gets a frame rate boost.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 was okay. Yeah.
All right, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Far Cry 5 was decent.
Yeah, you're playing on a Series X, right?
What, me?
Yeah.
See, it's funny. I actually wanted to get it at launch for Halo Infinite, but now that got delayed because I wanted to get the Halo Infinite custom Xbox because they always do that whenever a Halo comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm stuck on my Xbox One X, just waiting until November.
Gotcha.
So maybe I should just get one Series X.
You ain't really missing that.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, Far Cry 5 was actually spectacular on the One X. It's native 4K already. So it's 30 frames, but it looks really, really good. But
all right, thank you.
Yeah, definitely check it out. All right, Nick, man, what you got going on? And we're gonna get out of here.
Man, like I said, man, I picked up Breakpoint. I told you before, like I told you and Chris, y'all big fans of Splinter Cell. I never was a big fan. I did play Conviction and beat it, and that's when I was like, yo, if this was the worst, I guess Blacklist is pretty good. That was the least
Blacklist is great.
Right. So I just picked that up for 6. So
yeah, no, Blacklist was Convictions was all right. It definitely wasn't a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, Conviction.
Yeah,
it was a unique story. Yeah. But dude, Blacklist, if you're looking for like a modern like Splinter Cell, is definitely a good sell.
Blacklist is really good. I really enjoy Blacklist.
Yeah, but that's where I'm at with it.
All right,
let's get out of here.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Play Xbox. We appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button, hit that share button. We will see you guys next week. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We're out of here.